What kind of tank is used to carry liquids and gases, including its appearances, reinforcements, fittings, and closures? This is referring to a cargo tank. Cargo tanks are designed specifically to transport liquids and gases safely with reinforced structures for added security. What action is required when the shipping papers contain the phrase inhalation hazard? In this case, you must use poison placards along with any other required placards. This ensures others are aware of the immediate danger posed by inhalation hazards. Which signals can be employed to alert others of a stationary vehicle carrying flammable liquid? To warn others, you'll need to honk the horn and flash hazard lights. This is a standard method for signaling that a vehicle presents a flammable risk. Which type of hazardous materials should not be loaded in the same vehicle with animal and foodstuffs? The correct answer is poisons. Poisons should never be transported with food or animals to avoid contamination and serious health risks. Is it accurate that you should slightly move the explosives to stabilize the load before separating two vehicles carrying explosives that have been in a collision? Actually, this is false. You should never move explosives in this situation, as it could lead to accidental detonation. When the vehicle is loaded with a flammable liquid, how many feet away from the vehicle are you allowed to smoke? You must stay at least 100 feet away. This distance reduces the risk of an ignition from an open flame or cigarette. The blank placard is a white triangle with a fish and an X through the fish. This is the marine pollutant placard. It's used to indicate that the material is harmful to the aquatic environment, so extra care is needed when transporting it. Is it accurate that you should halt and inspect your tires at intervals of every 2 hours or 100 miles? This is true. Regular tire checks help ensure the safety of your vehicle and reduce the chance of tire-related accidents. What is not a professional driver's responsibility at the scene of an accident? One responsibility that does not fall on you is to communicate with any media at the scene. Your job is to focus on safety and assist emergency responders, not engage with the press. Identification numbers used to identify hazardous materials have how many digits? The correct answer here is 4. Hazardous materials are identified by a 4-digit number, which is part of the system to keep everything organized and easily identifiable. When transporting compressed gas cylinders, they must. The right answer is all of the above. Gas cylinders need to be held upright or braced, laid flat, placed in racks attached to the vehicle, and secured in boxes that prevent them from turning over. This is all about keeping them safe during transport. How many sides of a vehicle that carries hazardous materials must display placards? The answer is 4. Placards need to be displayed on all 4 sides of the vehicle to make sure the material is clearly marked from every angle. Is it accurate that the labels found on packages containing hazardous materials are diamond-shaped? That's true. Hazardous material labels are diamond-shaped, a universal shape that makes them easily recognizable. While conducting an en-route inspection, what action should you take if you find an overheated tire? If you find an overheated tire, you should remove the tire and place it far away from the vehicle. This prevents any risk of fire or further issues, as the heat could lead to a dangerous situation. What is required when dealing with packages of explosives? The correct answer is use proper handling and safety measures. Handling explosives requires extra caution, and proper safety measures must be followed at all times to ensure safe transport. Where can regulated products be found listed? The right answer is in both the hazardous materials table and the regulated products table. These 2 tables provide a clear list of materials that are regulated for transport. When inhalation hazard appears on the shipping papers, what placards are required? You'll need poison gas placards. This is a warning that the material is a toxic gas, requiring special precautions during transport. How many sides of a vehicle carrying hazardous materials must display placards? This time, the correct answer is 4. Like before, placards must be visible on all 4 sides of the vehicle for safety and identification. In order to pass the test for hazardous material endorsement on a CDL, you must know. The answer is all of the above. You'll need to know how to identify hazardous materials, how to safely load shipments, and how to properly placard your vehicle according to the rules. Where are placards required to be displayed on a placarded vehicle? Placards should be displayed on the front, rear, and both sides of the vehicle. This ensures visibility and proper identification from any direction. When does a symbol blank indicate that materials may not be loaded, transported, or stored together in the same vehicle or staging facility? This symbol is indicated with an X. The X tells you that the materials are incompatible and must be kept separate for safety. What is the maximum allowable total transport index, TI, of all packages in a single vehicle when transporting radioactive material? The maximum allowable is 10.0. This number represents the limit of radioactivity allowed for safe transport in a vehicle. Regarding the refusal of shipment for leaking packages, who holds the responsibility for this action? The responsibility falls on the carrier company receiving the shipment. The carrier must refuse the shipment if any hazardous materials are leaking to prevent accidents. Is it accurate that a shipment of hazardous materials is solely described by hazardous materials transportation papers? That's false. While transportation papers are important, other documents and measures also play a role in ensuring the safe transport of hazardous materials. What is the maximum permissible total transport index for all packages in a single vehicle? The answer is 50. For safe transport of radioactive materials, the total transport index cannot exceed 50. What does it indicate when an entry on a shipping paper is bold, highlighted, or printed in another color? This indicates special handling instructions are required for the item. It's a clear warning that extra caution is needed during transport. If a vehicle transporting explosives collides with an object, when is it safe to move the object away? It's only safe to move the object once the explosives have been removed and placed at least 200 feet away. This distance ensures safety before handling the situation further. What is the primary action to take during a hazardous materials emergency? You should warn others of the danger. This immediate step helps alert everyone nearby and prevent further harm. When your vehicle contains explosives, oxidizers, or flammable materials, what is the minimum distance within which smoking is prohibited? Smoking is prohibited within 50 feet. This distance helps reduce the risk of fire or explosions when transporting dangerous materials.